You've heard of legends rising, but what about those who refuse to fade, who come back stronger, who reinvent themselves on the biggest stage? Shaun Clarida is one of those. In 2025, he delivered one of the most jaw-dropping physiques in the 212 division and earned a hard-fought second place at the Olympia. Today, we break down how he got there, the look he brought to Vegas, the training evolution, and the role his coach Jon Jewett played in this rebound. Let's set the stage. The 2025 Men's 212 Olympia was stacked. The reigning champ, Keon Pearson, came in as the man to beat, riding back-to-back wins. But Clarida showed up with a mission. In the prejudging rounds, his conditioning was bone dry. His detail work, separation, muscle fullness, all dialed in. Many thought he should have been crowned. Yet in the finals, it was Pearson's back thickness and freak lat spread that gave him the edge. Still, Clarida held firm and officially secured second place and $20,000 in prize money. What made his showing so remarkable? First, his balance. He brought undeniable symmetry. Quads that carved deep lines, glutes and hamstrings that glistened under stage lights, and a midsection so tight it looked almost carved. His upper body had density and separation, but without sacrificing flow or shape. His arms, chest, and shoulders looked powerful, yet elegant, matching the lower body with cohesion. And in every pose, you could see vascularity and micro-definition, that micro detail that separates a good stage look from a great one. He also delivered stage presence. He didn't just flex, he owned angles. His transitions between poses showcased fullness in a controlled way. In back double biceps, his sweep and width were impressive. In side chest, the pressure in his glutes and obliques popped. When he turned to rear lat spread, you saw layered striations in the rear delts and traps. He looked like a sculptor's vision of the ideal 212 physique. Modern, shredded, and extremely complete. But let's dig behind the scenes, a key turning point in his prep. Shaun brought in Jon Jewett as his lead programming coach for 2025. It's the first time in 7 years he's allowed someone else to architect his training after working solo or with past mentors. Jewett, also an Olympia competitor and a coach known for intelligent volume, variation, and advanced techniques, stepped into the role. Clarida stated publicly that Jewett's approach reminded him of the late John Meadows' balance of intensity and structure. Under Jewett's guidance, Clarida shifted away from purely instinctive training to a more strategic blueprint. Volume was managed, recovery prioritized, and periodization principles honored. Jewett dialed in phases, heavier compound loading blocks, moderate hypertrophy blocks, and refined peaking phases closer to the show. He injected variety. Drop sets, rest pause, cluster sets, but always balanced with smart rest days. In practice, you'd catch Shaun and Jewett smashing heavy leg sessions, often under the Bound series they shared on social media. Legs were a priority, not just quads, but full posterior chain. glutes, hamstrings, calves. Jewett handled volume carefully to avoid burnout. Pull days focused on back and arms with lower volume but high intensity, using strict form, contractions, and tempo work. Shoulders, delts, traps, sharpened, not overbuilt. And the core and obliques were constantly under tension and refinement. Peak week and final tapering were tactical. Jewett used specific frameworks for water manipulation, carb cycling, and rest scheduling to bring out hard edges while preserving fullness. In the final days, workouts were lighter, posing practice increased, and mental conditioning sharpened. Shaun often posted about final session in the books moments as he zeroed in. What can aspiring competitors learn from this? First, that even elite athletes benefit from a fresh perspective. Shaun trusted a coach to lead. Second, that symmetry, conditioning, and detail matter just as much as size. He didn't try to overpower with brute mass. He presented a modern 212 aesthetic. Third, that planning matters. You can't wing peak week, overload week, or recovery. Those are the hours nobody sees. Fourth, that mental toughness is critical. Bringing shredded conditioning under pressure, managing nerves, holding posing through fatigue, walking the stage with calm confidence. In the end, Shaun Clarida in 2025 reminded us why he's a perennial threat. He reintroduced himself in stunning form, challenged the champion, and left judges little to criticize. That second place wasn't a consolation, it was a statement. With this kind of coaching, this level of preparation, and continued evolution, he's a man who will be chasing gold again very soon. Thank you for watching.